Greetings, fam. This is Rom Wills about that business. Addicted to a 9 to 5. Yeah. Now, many people want to like step out. They got that dream. They got that thing they want to do. They got that business plan and everything. But they also got that 9 to 5 job. I'm going to tell you, one of the toughest things is leaving that 9 to 5 job. And I'll put this out there. I mean, I've always said I got a modest day job to, help me out, in which I'll be leaving in a few weeks. But I was thinking about it. I was like, dang, the biggest thing, even though I don't even spend the money from the job, it's like 95% of it goes into my savings, right? It's hard to leave that steady paycheck. When it's like, if you do a certain amount of hours, you're going to get a certain amount of money. Like, you don't have to think about it. You can take it for granted. You know that you're going to have all your bills paid. You know you're going to pay your mortgage, rent, or whatever. You know your car note is paid. It's like that you will have money to eat. But you also know that you don't like that 9 to 5. You also know that the potential for prosperity is actually better when you have it, right? When you're an entrepreneur. It's like when I was looking for thumbnails for this video, I saw one that said you won't be able to buy a Lamborghini on a 9 to 5 job. That's true. But you'll be able to buy that like economy car. And it's hard, especially at uncertain times. When people feel like it's tough to get a job, you actually have one. It's actually paying more than a living wage. You get addicted to that. You get addicted to that security, which is, let me let y'all know, it's totally normal. It's nothing wrong with, seriously, it's nothing, especially if you have responsibilities. You get caught up into it, and it's like, it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave. Because you're just like really worried about everything. You want to pay your bills. But this is what you do. This is how you break that addiction. First of all, whatever you're doing, like if you get an idea for a business, start doing some stuff even while you're working on a 9 to 5. Many people have a part-time job anyway. Look at that, your business as still your main business. You just don't give as many hours to it, and then start looking at the 9 to 5 as your part-time job, or even though it's full-time, look at it as part-time, or look at it as supplemental income. First, make that shift in your mind, right? That's the first thing. Make that shift in your mind. Like, this isn't your main thing. This is the supplemental income, even though you still paying everything with it. That way, your mind you start shifting your mind to look at your business, your hustle as your main thing. All right, that's the first thing. Now, as you start making money on that job, there's two things you can do. You can reinvest it in the business, or as you make money, then this is something I would suggest, because then you start getting used to it. This is something I started doing a couple years ago. When I would make money off business, like book sales, whatever, coaching, I would just start shifting. I just started paying bills with it. I started putting it towards rent, car note, whatever bills. Now, a few years ago, when I really got back into business, being an entrepreneur, really got back into it hard, I would just start out with small bills. That credit card bill that's like $25 a month. If you make $25, pay it, right? Of course, you're still investing in your business and everything, but use that. And then gradually, as you start making more money on your business, you're still putting stuff away, and you start treating it like, okay, I can put this on business, I can save this. Gradually start from the 9 to 5, start building your savings, because this is what happens. If you don't have that, like if you're using the money from your hustle to pay a bill, then that's money you don't have to use from your 9 to 5 to pay that bill. You put that money away. You start saving it. That's the main thing. You start saving it. You want to keep saving until two things. Till you're making enough money to pay most of your bills with your hustle. Now, you're still working on the 9 to 5, and you got to come to a point where you're going to have to leave that 9 to 5 to put more time into your business. But you want to just gradually shift the emphasis on how you pay your bills. The money from the 9 to 5 starts going into your savings, right? You want, ideally, to try to get 3 months worth of savings that can cover every single bill. 3 months. And you also want to gauge that and compare that with how well the business is doing, because ultimately it's never, anything could happen, but at some point you have to take that leap. So you want to compare that and say, okay, I'm building up the savings. I got 3 months of savings. And you want to look at it in terms, can I save 3 months worth of salary? Right? Once you there, then you reevaluate. You just say, okay, I got 3 months. I'm making money on my business. I think I can make that leap now. Because here's the key with 3 months, right? One, it covers anything extra that comes up. You don't want to touch it at all, though. You don't want to touch it, at all. But it'll cover anything that comes up, any like weird thing that comes up. All right. 2, your rent will be paid, your bills will be paid for those 3 months. You can focus more on building your business up to cover all the bills. See, you got more hours, you can jump in there and you can say, okay, let me pay it. And then you kind of relaxed in there because you still got that backup. But this is how you break that addiction to the 9 to 5. And you still handle your responsibilities. Now, it take a while to get there. It's going to take a while, depending on what you're doing. It could take a few months. It could take a few years. But you want to get there. And you want to keep building. Because that's the biggest thing with that is that security. But if you got 3 months worth of resources, bills, money to pay, in your bank account to handle it, to put time into your business, it's like boom. And here's the beauty of it. After a month, it don't really even take that long. After a month, you have an idea of where you're going. And it gives you time. Like if you got to leave that 9 to 5, make sure you leave it under good circumstances. Depending on what it is, you might either be able to get something similar. Depending on how you left and how much you like it, sometimes they let you back. I know in some retail establishments, as long as you leave under good circumstances, and as long as you didn't try to steal anything, they'll let you back. That's why you see a lot of people go through retail and stuff. And I say this because I do have retail experience, and just the nature of it. If they find if you're a good worker, well, trust me, they'll try to figure out some way to like accommodate you if you need to come back or something. But that's only in a desperate way, because you got some haters on the job. They know you went and started something. They be like, you be back. So that's in a desperate situation, but it's still an option. So you want to just gradually break that 9 to 5 addiction. The first understand, there's nothing wrong with having that and having that steadiness. Don't think there's anything wrong with you. It just means you being responsible. Because typically you use that money to keep a roof over your head, take care of your obligations. It means you're being responsible. But same time, you can get that Lamborghini with your business ultimately. It may take a while, but you got greater potential. So that's how you make that transition. That's how you break that addiction. All right. So that's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.